Hey folks, Trent here from Plastic Smith Armory. Here to do a real quick video on these little strap extensions that I've cooked up as a means to make my Velcro strapping system a little more generic. So I've got this large elbow cop here. I take an XL or a double XL, but this will work for illustration purposes. So if I go to put it on right now, you'll see that, I don't know if you can see the Velcro here, but there's no Velcro along this part. And this just kind of, I could tighten it and get it to where I want it to, but it's maybe not the most ideal situation, especially if I got some padding on. So what I want to do is I want to make this strap longer, which means this hook Velcro has to either reach further down here so that this overlaps it, or sorry, this loop Velcro, or this hook Velcro has to be longer so that it reaches across here. And so that's what this strap extension does. It'll do sort of either way. And I'll show you how it works. We got hook Velcro here on the strap. We got loop Velcro here on the extension through here. They're about the same sort of width or length, I guess. And then on the other side, it's all just hook Velcro. So no real rocket science here. We kind of mash those two guys together, and now we have a longer strap. So obviously that's gonna work out better for me now. So if I tuck it in there, I did mention that the elbow cup was way too small for me, so I'm going to struggle a bit. So I just want to, it makes the strap a little thicker, so it's a little harder to place through, but we have a solution for that as well, so just watch. So if I put it on now, I can see obviously that strap is way longer, reaches over here, and now this elbow fits quite well. It's a little bit narrow for me. I would still want to put padding in there and that kind of stuff, but the strap works really well. So take it off, put it back on, the magic of Velcro, you know, you get the idea. But there's a sort of an alternate way you can do this. Once you've kind of got it so you like where it is, and this would be where I'd want it because it's a little bit adjustable. You can sort of take it off the back way. And what that does is the strap is the same length. All we've really done is extend the loop. We've moved the loop Velcro further down. And so that allows me, this stays kind of skinny, so it's easy to put in to where I sort of want it. That's where I adjusted it so I liked it there. And so now all of this is hook, all of this is loop, and it overlaps quite well. So that's kind of the way that would work. And once again, because we've got all of this loop here, this could move sort of anywhere you wanted it. So if you needed just a little bit of an extension of this loop Velcro, you could do it that way. Or if you needed a lot of extension, you could extend it all the way to where Velcro, all the way to where this starts here, so that you could make this, you know, sort of as long as you needed it to be. Right, so that's you're getting all of the loop, hitting all of the hook, and you've made the whole thing just a bit longer. So yeah, that's the strap extension idea. I had a customer who contacted me saying that the straps weren't quite long enough for his setup. I tried to make them a sort of generic size, but Velcro is kind of tricky because you know, I don't want to make them too long. I don't want to make them too short, and so I kind of, you know, try to find some place in the middle. But it doesn't always work with everyone's particular setup. So I make them sort of as generic as I can, but it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Maybe they've got bigger arms or maybe they've got extra padding they'd like to put in here, or maybe they've got a gambeson that makes the arm more bulky overall. Either way, this will allow us to extend those straps to exactly where we want them. So that's it. I hope you guys learned something. These will be available on the site probably when it opens back up again. Yeah, so if you're looking for a bit of an extra extension on your Velcro straps, they'll work for knees as well. You know, they'll give you a couple extra inches. So yeah, just to make them more adjustable and make them more generic. Right, that's that. Thanks for watching. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention before, which I want to go over real quick now, is so if you're going to do this, you're going to play around with it until you like it exactly where you have exactly where you like it. Yeah, that's right. That was correct. And so let's say this is exactly how I want it to be. This is going to fit me nice. I know I can tuck it in, you know, bend it around, and yep, sure enough, that's exactly where I want it. And I don't ever want to mess with, you know, this potential of like, oh, now it's bound up in here, and now it's a pain in the ass to take off, and now I got to tear it off to take it off. We don't want to mess around with that. Let's say we want to make it permanent. To make it permanent would be very, very simple. All you really need to do is you can take an awl, knock a hole through both sides, and stick one of these, like a quick rivet, which, you know, anyone could sort of pound on a cement floor kind of thing. They're very, very simple. There's two pieces. One goes to the top, one goes to the bottom. Quick rivets are a super handy thing to have. That would do it. I use a lot of copper rivets in my work, so a copper rivet would make it happen. If you don't have access to riveting equipment, or you don't want to go find rivets, you could sew just, you know, a line across there, a line across there. However much you wanted to sew, you could make that permanent that way. That would sort of lock it down as well. And if worst comes to worst, you could always glue it, right? Like glue will sit nicely in here. I mean, you could use silicone, you could use contact cement. There's, you know, any glue that's kind of flexible would work just fine here. So there's lots of different options there to make them permanent and not have a strap extension to kind of have to mess with. And once again, I think the best way to do this is to lock it down to where you know you like it, and then use this part. I would glue this part down here so that this part remains nice and easy to use, thin enough to fit through this loop here, and then that's how that would work. So yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. Your mileage may vary, but that's what we've got. Anyway, I thought I'd mention that. Thanks again.